Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda and I'm from Amanda Crochets, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make this adorable newborn baby hat. This hat could be made in any worsted weight yarn. You can make it in a solid color, you can add some stripes to it, you could do pretty much anything that you want. And this hat is very easy and beginner friendly, and it comes out to be very cute like. And as you can see, I added a little bit of a border or a brim to the bottom, and this is done in single crochets in the back loop only, and then you just have a solid structure here. And I have this in Caron Simply Soft light blue or soft blue, and then this is Caron Simply Soft soft pink. And each hat measures about 5 inches or 5.5 inches from the top of the hat to the brim, depending on the yarn that you use. So again, you can make the hat in a solid color like this, or like this white one. You can add a couple of stripes to it, just like I have right here. I have 2 different stripes here, so I have 2 rows of one, 2 rows of the other color, and then I did the brim in a gray color. And then I have the same thing, just with alternating the pink and white, and then I have the gray brim. Or you could just add one stripe color, like I did right here. I ended up not having a whole bunch of this pink left, so I just wanted to make a single stripe, and then I just added the rest with that ivory color. So let's get started on today's tutorial. So for today, you're going to need some worsted weight yarn. You can use any worsted weight yarn that you have in your stash. I'm just going to be using this Caron Simply Soft yarn, and I am going to be using a size I crochet hook. This is from Clover & More. This is an I 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. You're also going to need a pair of scissors, a tapestry needle, and a tape measure can be helpful if you want to make sure that your hat is about that size that I mentioned, the 5 inches. So to get started, you're going to need to make a magic loop. Now there are tons of different ways on how to make the magic loop, but this is just how I make it. So I get the yarn and the yarn tail, and I leave a little bit of a tail, and I just loop it around my finger, just like that. Then I get my crochet hook, and I go underneath that first loop and that second loop, and I kind of just pull that first loop through, and then I get the other strand, the long strand, not your tail, but that long strand, and I grab it and I just pull through. So that's going to be your slip stitch, I guess. And then I do 1 chain and 2 chain. And now I do have that yarn loop for the magic loop, so I do have that. You can always do a chain 4 and just slip stitch to the first chain, and then that will form your loop as well. And then after you do that, you will just go ahead and chain 2. So again, yarn wrapped over just like this, insert your crochet hook under the first loop, and then under that second one, pull through that first one just like that, and then get the yarn in back. And remember, your tail is just right here in front. You want to just pull through, so that's your slip stitch, and then you're gonna do 2 chains, so 1 chain and 2 chain, and then I just hold it, and then like I said, I have that loop formed. So to begin your newborn baby hat, you're going to do 10 chains inside this loop. This chain 2 does not count. So to make a double crochet, you're going to do yarn over your hook, insert your hook into that loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So you're going to make 10 double crochets all inside that magic loop. On my blog, I will go ahead and give you a few different sizes of hats that you can make, and I will give you all the amounts of double crochets that you would need to begin that size hat. But for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to go ahead and show you how to make a newborn hat. Okay, so let's count how many we have here. Remember that chain 2 does not count as your double crochet. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So once you have your 10 double crochets, you're going to get that tail and you're just going to pull. You don't want to pull too tight, but you want to make sure that gap in the center is gone, just like that. And then you're going to find your first double crochet, which is right here, and you're going to make a slip stitch. Okay, so now when you make the rest of the hat, you do not want to turn your work after each row. You want to go continuously in the same direction each time. So to move on to the second round, you're going to chain 2, and you're going to, right here in this very same stitch, because remember that 2 chains does not count as anything, you want to just insert your hook right here, and you want to make 2 double crochets. Now what I do is I kind of crochet over my tail a little bit, so it just makes it a little bit easier, and that way that's one less tail that you have to weave in. So you're just going to insert your crochet hook right here, and I just lay the tail right over and crochet right over it like I said, and you're going to make 2 double crochets into that very first stitch. Okay, and then in each chain around, or each stitch around, you're going to make 2 double crochets, and then at the end of your round you should have 20 double crochets. So again, you're just going to be doing 2 double crochets in each stitch around. And the reason for this is you need to make your hat a little bit bigger and wider, and in order to do that you are increasing each stitch by making 2 double crochets in each stitch around. And then make sure that when you grab each of your stitches that you're going in both loops, and not just this back loop or not just this front loop. You want to make sure you grab both of those loops just like that. Move that tail. You want to get both loops just like that in order to make your hat flat. Otherwise it will have a little bit of a ridge because you're going in the back loop only or the front loop only. So if you have both of those loops, it will lay nice and flat just like this. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up this round, and I will meet up with you and show you how to move on to round 3. Okay, so I'm coming up at the end of my round. So again, you're going to find that first double crochet, which is right here, and you are just going to go ahead and slip stitch, and that will close up your round. So after 2 rounds, this is what your work should look like. So move on to round 3. You're going to chain 2, and remember you're going to go in the same direction, and this time you're going to double crochet 2 times in the first stitch, and then 1 double crochet in the next. So that means you're going to do 2 double crochets in the very first stitch. In the next stitch you're going to do 1 double crochet, and then you're going to repeat this all the way around. So you're going to have 2 double crochets in the next stitch. The next stitch after that you're going to do 1 double crochet, and then in the next stitch you're going to do 2 double crochets, and the next one you're going to do 1, and you're going to repeat this all the way around, and you should end up with 1 double crochet in your very last stitch. And at the end of this round you should have 30 double crochets. So again, you just want to alternate by doing 2 double crochets in 1 stitch and in the next one you're going to do 1 double crochet. So go ahead and repeat this around, and I will meet up with you for round 4 and show you how to complete round 4. Okay, so I'm coming up at the end of my round. So again, you want to skip those chain 2s and you want to go into your first double crochet and make a slip stitch. So to move on to row 4, you're going to chain 2, and as always you're going to make 2 double crochets in that very first stitch, and this is going to be our last increase round. So in the previous row I had you make 2 double crochets in one stitch and 1 double crochet in the next. So now for this round you're going to have 2 double crochets in the very first stitch and 1 double crochet in the next 2, and then you're going to repeat that around. So you have 2 double crochets in that very first stitch, and in the next 2 stitches you're going to have 1 double crochet. So just like that. So you have 2 and then 1 each, and then you're going to repeat that. So again, you're going to have 2 double crochets in that same stitch, and in the next 2 you're going to do 1 double crochet. So just like that. So go ahead and repeat that all the way around, and I will show you how to complete the next round. Okay, coming up on the end of round 4, I have 2 left, so you should have 1 double crochet in the final 2, and the total amount of double crochets for this round should be 40. Okay, so you want to slip stitch in the beginning of that double crochet. Okay, so again, that was going to be our last increase round. So to complete rows 5 through 8, you're going to chain 2, and you're going to put 1 double crochet in each stitch around. So you're going to work in this very first stitch right here and make a double crochet, and then you're going to make 1 double crochet in each stitch around. And again, you're going to do that for rounds 5 through 8. So just continue to do this until you have rows 5 through 8. You should have 8 rows total. Once you have that, I will go ahead and show you how to make the brim of your hat. So remember, you're just doing 1 double crochet in each stitch around. You are not increasing. You're just simply completing the base of your hat. So make 1 double crochet in each of the stitches around for a total of 8 rows, so you should only have to do 4 rows. And then I will show you how to complete the brim. Okay, so I finished up my 8 rounds. So as you can see, here's how you would count them. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So you should have 8 total rows, and like I said, you would just count each of those rounds. So you can cut your yarn and weave in your ends if you want to just have your hat just like this. However, if you want to do the brim like I have, you want to go ahead and just chain up 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now what you want to do is you want to make 1 single crochet in each of the chains. So you're going to skip this chain in this loop on your hook does not count, and you want to skip this very first chain right here, and you want to make 1 single crochet in the next 5 chains. So to make a single crochet, you're going to insert your hook into the second chain. You're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And you're going to do 1 single crochet in each of those 5 chains. So 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to make 2 slip stitches in the next stitches. So right here and right here, you're going to insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and pull through that loop on your hook. And the same thing, yarn over or yarn in your stitch, pull up a loop, and pull through that loop on your hook. And then you're going to turn your work, and you're going to work up this chain stitches right here. So you're going to work in the back loop only. So if you turn it, this is where your first stitch is going to be. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you're going to be working in the back loop. So you're going to be working underneath this loop only right here instead of both loops. And you're going to work a single crochet in the back loop only. So you want to just work in that back loop just like this. And you're going to continue to make your single crochets. And you're always going to have 5. So just make sure that you always have that 5. And that way you know you're not skipping any stitches. So that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now you're going to chain 1 and turn, and you're going to do the same thing. You're just going to turn your work, and you're going to go in the back loop only, and you're going to make 1 single crochet in the next 5 single crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then once you get down to the base of your hat, you're going to go in the next 2 stitches and make 1 slip stitch in the next 2. So right here and right here, you're going to make a slip stitch. Okay, and then you're going to turn. So whenever you're doing your slip stitches, you do not chain 1, you just do your 2 slip stitches and then you turn. When you get to the other end, that is when you make your chain 1. So again, you just want to turn your work, and you just want to make 1 single crochet in the back loop only for the next 5 single crochets. And this is going to form your brim, and it's going to have that little bit of a ridge on it because we're going in the back loop only. Okay, so you chain 1, and then you're going to continue this all the way around. So you're going to chain, so whenever you get on this side, you're going to chain 1 and do 1 single crochet in the back loop only all the way down. And then once you get to your brim, you're going to not in the very, see how this stitch is right here? You're not going to work into this one, you're going to work into the next one, and then the one after that, you're going to make 2 slip stitches. Then you're going to you're going to turn your work and do not chain 1, and then you're going to work 1 single crochet in the back loop only, going back up your brim. So continue doing that all the way around, and I will show you how to close up your brim and weave in your ends. Okay, I'm coming up in the end, so I have 2 stitches left, which are going to be the slip stitches. Okay, and now to kind of sew up the sides a little bit, all you're going to do is you're going to insert your hook in that very first chain, and you're going to go in the front loop. I'm sorry, you're going to go in the back loop from the chain, from the stitch across and you're just going to slip stitch that together, just like that. So then you're going to go in that next chain, and you're going to go in the back loop of that next stitch, and you're going to slip stitch them together. And you're going to do this for the 5 stitches across. So that's 3. That's 4. And then your very last one, okay, then you're going to leave a little bit of a tail, and you're just going to cut your yarn, and you're going to do yarn over your hook, and then just pull that through. And then if you look, it kind of just looks like it was attached just like that. And then that is what your hat looks like. And then to weave in your end, you're just going to take your tapestry needle, and remember that other tail we kind of just crocheted over it, so you should just have this one unless you decided to change colors and use different colors for your hat. But because I'm just using this solid color, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to weave in my ends. So I usually like to go in 3 different directions. And I just kind of go in between the stitches, just like that. And then I go in the opposite direction. And then I go one more time, and I go back up in that other direction. And then this to me is, I feel like it's more secure. However, if there's another way that you like to weave in your ends, you can certainly do that, as there's no right or wrong way. Just weave it in as many times as you would like until you feel like it's secure. Okay, and then after that, you're just going to cut that tail off. And there you go. There is your newborn baby hat. And then you have that nice little brim at the bottom, and as I said, because you have that back loop only, it forms a little bit of a ridge. And this is perfect if you want to just make some hats for your newborn baby, or if your friend or a family member is having a baby, you can definitely make this. It's possible to make it in any color choice that you like, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video. So this is just a standard baby newborn hat. And I will go ahead and link to my blog below just in case you wanted to check out the other couple of sizes that I've included for you. So thank you so much for joining me today on how to make this adorable crochet baby newborn hat. Please like, comment, and subscribe to see all future videos by me. And if there's ever a video that you would like to see me make, please leave me a comment below and I will try my best to get to that video for you. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye.